Hey everyone, now, are you taking the 11 plus soon? And you're sat there thinking, oh, how can I get more marks?
Oh my god, yes.
Well, this video is one for you. We're going to dive in to our top tips. Let's get started. Tip number 1, don't waste time on questions that you find too tricky. This test has an extremely tight timer, and that makes every second valuable. If you're finding a question hard, circle it, come back to it later and move on. You never know if there's a question type coming up that you're really good at. If you spend the time on those questions first, you're going to pick up more marks in this test. Tip 2 is to use deduction. We love the 11 plus because it is a multiple choice paper. That means out of the 5 options given, you know one of them are correct. So even if you have to guess, getting rid of some of the wrong answers makes the likelihood of you picking up more marks increase just by using deduction. Tip 3 is to not leave any questions blank. Now, you may be thinking that's super obvious, but if you're following our previous tips of skipping questions that are too tricky or getting rid of answers to have a guess, you may well have left some out by the time the timer is running out. So with 30 seconds left, just check the answer sheet and make sure there are no blanks. You never know, filling in those with a guess may well get you more marks in this test. Tip number 4 is to use the practice questions to your advantage. You will always be given a short amount of time before the real paper to go through some practice questions. These are not picked at random. They are the exact question types that will come up in your actual test. So for example, in the verbal reasoning section of the Kent test, you'll be given a number of questions, and those questions will match up to the sections in the real paper. So if you're super confident on a few of those questions in the practice section, go and do those first in the real thing. That way you can bag some marks early and use what time is remaining to do the trickier ones. All of these tips we've gone through so far will help you to maximize your potential on the day and hopefully squeeze a few more marks out of the test. But nothing can replace the number 1 top tip we have, which is preparation. We split preparation into 3 main sections. Firstly, familiarisation. You must know how your test is laid out and what is expected of you on the day before you walk into that exam hall. Secondly, practice. Practice is key, especially under time conditions. You don't want to go into the test and it be your first experience of answering those types of questions. There are loads of resources you can get your hands on to help you with this part of your preparation. And lastly, improvement. By improvement, we mean you need to work on your weaknesses. It's okay to accept there are going to be some parts of this paper that you find harder than others, but putting the preparation in and knowing that earlier means that you can fill that gap in your knowledge. Hopefully you find these tips useful and they help you to get some extra marks in the 11 plus. Now, if you are preparing to take the Kent test, then we have so many resources available to help you to prepare properly. Firstly, we've got loads of videos on our YouTube channel, so make sure you're subscribed with the bell turned on so that you see our weekly content. Secondly, our website, which we'll link in the description below, has loads of free resources for you to print off and have a go at yourself. We even provide you with the answers so that you can fill the gaps and know how to improve. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys again soon.